Hi, I'm Pallav from Just Tutors, and today we will learn about solutions. So these are the points to discuss today: concentration of solution, what is colloidal solution, and what is suspension. So before we move further, I want you to try these questions. You can pause the video, try these questions, then we'll move on. Well, these are the answers of given questions. I hope you are right. Now let's move on. So what is concentration of solution? So basically, it is a macroscopic property. It represents amount of solute dissolved in unit amount. So here is a keyword: unit amount of solvent or of solution. So concentration represents the amount of solute dissolved in unit amount of solvent or solutions. It can be represented in many variety of ways. One is mass by mass percent, means mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100, or mass by volume percent, mass of solute divided by volume of solution times 100. Now let's move on. So when we talk about solution, we have different types of solutions. There is a term dilute and concentrated. So dilute solutions have a little solute dissolved in lot of solvent, and in concentrated, the lot of solute is dissolved in solution with little solvent, or maybe uh, we may have the same amount of solvent, but in the dilute solution the solute would be less, but in concentrated the solute would be much more. So we have one example here. You can see that we have different colors. Here we have a light color, here we have a dark color. So let's say we are talking about a drink, soft drink, in which we are adding some colors or some edible. So here we have less amount of edible, less color, and it is dilute. But when we have more amount of solute, like much more than this, we have concentrated. So now let's move on. Now two types of solutions we have: saturated and unsaturated. The solution is said to be saturated if no more solute can be dissolved in it. Like the maximum capacity has been reached, we cannot dissolve more solute in that. That is called saturated solution. But if the amount of solute in the solution is less than saturation level, is called unsaturated solution. So we can take example of a saturated solution like a sugar serum, which we used for sugar balls in sweets. So we add sugar to the water up to the level when no more sugar can be added. So that is example of saturated solution. Now let's talk about colloidal solution. So colloid is a mixture in which one substance of microscopic dispersed insoluble particles. It was a big term, but it's really important. So microscopically dispersed, insoluble. The particles are very small and insoluble. These are suspended through another substance. So it when we see the colloidal solutions, it looks like that's a homogeneous mixture, but it is not. It looks like a homogeneous mixture because the particles are spread uniformly throughout the solutions, and they have very small size, but these are heterogeneous. They are not dissolved in it. They are left suspended in the solution. One example, we have milk. And the colloidal solutions show Tyndall effect, means the particles of colloidal solution can scatter light. Now we have suspension solutions. So suspension solution is a heterogeneous mixture of solid particles. These are large enough for sedimentation. So in case of colloidal solution, there the particle of colloidal solution does not settle down, but in case of suspension, when it is left undisturbed, the particles will come down. The size of the suspension particle is larger than 1 micrometer. And like colloidal, the mixture in this mixture, the solute particle does not dissolve in it. These are they get suspended. We may have an example like sand and water. They also show Tyndall effect. Now, these are few properties of colloidal and suspension. This is a comparison. The size of solute particle is 1 meter, 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer we have in colloidal, but more than 1000 nanometer in suspension, which is equivalent to 1 micrometer. So more than 1 micrometer in suspension solution. Filtrability, if we talk about filtrability, the colloidal particles pass through filter paper, but suspension particles doesn't. Visibility cannot be seen through naked eyes. These particles are quite less. We cannot see with the naked eyes. But suspension particles can be seen with the naked eyes. They both show Tyndall effect. In case of suspension, may or may not sometimes, but colloidal show Tyndall effect. Now let's move on. So you can pause the video, try these questions, then we'll move on. Well, these are the answers of given questions, and I hope you got the correct answers. Now, thanks for watching this video, and for more you can visit justtutors.com. Thank you.